Welcome back to yet another episode of Renegades Ramble.
Yeah, I remember playing Twisted Metal 2 on a little 12.
Yeah, like they were this big, little
built-in
bubble back.
VCR.
Yeah, had a little VCR in the bottom.
Yeah. Do it again. Why does it always do that?
Your phone is too loud.
Good one, Ron. Good one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, winter is almost here. It pretty much is here. Who am I kidding? And a storm is on the horizon for us. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already hit us. So, yeah, we're probably snowed in right now and dying from starvation. No, it won't be that bad. The Weather Channel always blows things out of proportion. They make things more, worse than ever.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I think it is?
They always freak my parents the hell out. My parents are like, you can't leave the house tonight.
My mom and my stepdad are the same way. Like, they were just like, did you get what you need from the grocery store? And I'm like, you mean bread and milk? And they're like, yeah, that too. And I'm like, I went out shopping earlier this week, so I'm good. Trust me.
I still don't understand why it's bread and milk.
Because they're in high demand, and plus, they're very high in nutrition, and people can survive very long off of them just by themselves.
Yeah, but I feel like you could also buy a shit ton of canned, non-perishable food.
Well, the thing
about
survive
for like weeks and weeks and months.
Well, the thing about some canned stuff is that nowadays, because of preservatives, if you don't cook it, it can make you sick.
Yeah, but I mean,
whereas
milk and bread is like milk, sours. But not long after you buy it, bread starts to mold.
Well, it depends on how you store it.
Yeah,
because don't believe the expiration dates.
Items.
Don't believe the expiration dates. Do the smell test, and if you're like Ben and can't smell, then I guess you're shit out of luck.
Yeah,
but
maybe my smell will come back enough that I can do that since I've stopped smoking.
We'll
I would have previously said no, I can't smell either because I smoke. I mean, like, I've opened milk before though, and even after I've smoked, I've been like, yeah, I ain't drinking that. It's like, who the fuck left this in here?
This conversation about the spoiling of milk and winter storms has been brought to you by the Renegades, who are in fact not doing anything relative to that. Instead, we're sitting here and we're watching Marvel Studios' Avengers official trailer. So, I already know the subtitle for this. It's called Endgame. So, yeah, that's what they're calling this, which...
So, we don't have to worry about it being like a trilogy or anything. This particular, and this will be the conclusion.
This is it. This is the conclusion of the main storyline that has been going on.
Like Thanos.
Yeah, of Thanos, the Infinity Stones, the Infinity War, everything. From the first Iron Man movie to here, 10 years in the making.
I've heard people talking about they really hope that since they're like acquiring Fox now, that like the next one might be like Galactus after this.
They talked about it. They talked about it a lot because here was Disney's master plan with the Marvel properties. Do the cinematic universe. Do the full cinematic universe, and then if they had enough money to purchase the remaining Marvel film properties, they would. The X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and hopefully Spider-Man. Well, the Spider-Man thing fell through, and Sony instead worked out a deal with Marvel to where Spider-Man will sort of pseudo be in that universe. It's weird. It's weird the deal they worked out, but hey, I'm glad we got Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far.
Yeah, because I mean, like, he's a little more than pseudo in the universe, it seems like.
Well,
he's straight up interacting with
Tony Stark in his own movies.
What
I mean by pseudo is the Spider-Man films are not made by Disney. They're not made by Buena Vista. Instead, they're made by Sony.
They're still set in the same universe.
They're still for now. for now. But who's to say after this film,
they might not break
if through like some trickery with the reality stone, like Spider-Man, in order for him to live, has to get sent to a different reality.
That could be a possibility.
That's something that I'm thinking about, and they've talked about it. They've talked.
So that would be an easy way to actually explain that within both, and keep them separated. Like, you know, it's basically explaining like real life events and problems within the fictional timeline.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they have to write out a character and kill off a character because someone, you know, quits the show or, you know, something happens that way.
So I'm
or
excited
somebody dies or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're going to do in this, and I'm wondering how they're going to resolve it. There's been theories at the wazoo. There's been talk of, you know, they're going to use the time stone to go back in time. But are the stones still usable after what Thanos did? Some say that they're not. But I don't know. Or based upon what we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp, are they going to use the quantum realm to do something? I don't know.
See why they would not be usable. Like, they seem to be like super stupid powerful and like.
But they can also be destroyed, because keep in mind, Scarlet Witch destroyed the Mind Stone, and then Thanos used the Time Stone to rewind time and bring it back to get it. Who's to say that with that snap of his fingers, that didn't decimate all the stones?
Honestly, like, until I see Captain Marvel, I don't really want to try to form any theories, because I feel like I want the information that Captain Marvel is going to give us before I try to form
before you make an
theories.
Educated guess. I understand that. So
because I think anything that I guess right now will probably end up just being way fucking off.
Who knows? Who knows? But who knows?
But what I kind of hope is going to happen is that Captain Marvel is not necessarily going to be the one that just straight up comes up and beats the hell out of Thanos and just undoes everything. I kind of hope Captain Marvel will just set up and allow for that to happen, and then it'll be some epic battle to take down Thanos, and it'll swing more, you know, the way that Doctor Strange was basically predicting
doing the thing. Actually, they've said that, you know, you remember what Doctor Strange said at the end of Infinity War.
There's only like one possibility for them to win.
But before he faded away, after he gave the Time Stone to Thanos, and after Thanos snapped his fingers and everyone started to turn to dust, he said, "I'm sorry, Tony. There was no other way." And
so, I mean, the whole idea is like he knows the way it has to happen, and that was part of it.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that's why he looked kind of like, you know, maybe it wasn't so much that like it was there's only one possible way this can play out that we can win, and he was worried because there was only one possible way out of all the other possible ways that could go wrong.
Yeah.
It was more that he was worried because he knew that the possible way involved them all having to be erased for a period of time.
Well, of course, and I'm thinking there's ways they can bring them back, because how it worked in the comic books is they were all trapped in the Soul Stone. All of them were trapped in the Soul Stone, and it took them actually going in and deep diving into the Soul Stone and bringing them out and then shattering the Soul Stone to free everyone else. That's what it took.
It could be, but at the same time, if the whole idea was like he wants to erase half of all life from existence, if that life is still trapped within a stone, it technically still exists in a place.
Well,
so
it goes back to the physics. It goes back to base physics. Energy cannot be destroyed or created. It can only change.
Yeah.
In which that's what I think. It's all trapped in the Soul Stone, and that's why he still has the gauntlet with him, and that's why I guarantee you that's why he's going to value holding on to the Soul Stone more than anything.
Could be.
I think maybe that's what's going to happen. But hey, this is just all a guess.
Yeah.
And if you all have a guess to what you think's going to happen, let us know in the comments down below. Like I said, they all show up on my phone, so I'll see them. So yeah, let's just watch the trailer. Let's see what happens. And fasten your seatbelts. Tony? Yeah, it's Tony. It's an Iron Man helmet.
This thing on? Davis pods.
I just hope the trailers don't spoil too much, if that makes any sense.
Don't feel better about this. Part of the journey is the end.
Wait, is that? Wait, that's the ship from Guardians.
More fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Damn, dude. Oh, God. Of course they had to do that. Oh, big boy.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do.
I wonder where the hell he's at.
50% of all living creatures.
Damn, dude.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends.
Oh,
We
man.
lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
Clint? Clint! Yes! Oh,
This
thank
is
God
the
he's
fight of our
back.
lives.
This is good work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Man. Shit. Oh.
Is anyone home? This is Scott Lang.
Wait.
We met a few years ago. at the
Hell yeah.
airport.
What?
Hell yeah.
Scott?
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
What?
How'd he get back?
That's what I'm wondering. What the How did he get back?
Obviously, he did somehow.
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like that's going to be probably like the very first thing, or one of the first things that happens in the movie is it's going to pick up on that in credit scene, and then it's going to show how he got out.
Or he's going to arrive there and he's going to explain it, and it's going to show through that.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways they can go about it. Because, hell, for all we know, it'll be in the end credits scene at the end of Captain Marvel.
Because, I mean, it might not... Well, we kind of... I think I know I at least assumed that I was like, oh, shit, he's trapped there because they can't bring him back. But
Yeah.
he might have had, like, some sort of, like, backup.
A fail-safe to bring him back.
You know, yeah, just in case, like, something went wrong on their end that he could get himself back.
Yeah.
So,
Well-
I mean, who knows?
Well,
But
I don't
obviously,
know.
he got back somehow.
Yeah. That's the thing. We don't know.
That's the thing, though, is like I was talking about, I hope the trailers don't spoil too much. That's a little bit of a spoiler, in my opinion.
What,
But,
him coming back?
yeah, the fact that
Well,
he's
you know he had
out
to
there.
in some way.
I know he does, but like it's like I hope they don't start showing like people if they like were to like bring anyone back from being erased, you know.
Well, he wasn't
I hope
erased.
they don't show that before we see the movie.
Well, you knew he wasn't erased.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Well, you see, what this does is that it actually adds to the appeal of the mystery. It's like, how did he get back? It's like, how, why, when did this happen? How did this happen? Hey, explain. And that's what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping that we get that. I'm hoping we get the full explanation as to how Scott got back.
It's just if I was
And
like
also,
talking to someone who had seen the movie and I didn't know that ahead of time, and they were like, "Yeah, by the way, Ant-Man like totally comes in," and I was like, well, "Yeah, I figured, but don't tell me shit like that. That's kind of a spoiler."
and then of course, at least here in the trailer, okay, I know what you mean by spoiler season, but the problem with it is they only have so much to show, and they're probably actually, you know what is probably going to happen at the end of Captain Marvel? It's probably going to be another trailer. It's probably going to be the trailer for Avengers Endgame. The second to last trailer, like either the second to last or the final trailer. Because the final trailer is going to have to wrap everything up, and Captain Marvel comes out in March. This is coming out in April.
So you think rather than do like a final end credit scene, they'll actually wait and show you the trailer at the end of the movie?
I think so.
That'd be kind of neat.
Because that's what they did
You
at
don't
the
see
end
stuff
of
like that
Captain America.
really often.
That's what they did at the end of Captain America, the first Avenger, the first Captain America movie. They actually showed the trailer for the Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's what they did. And
So I
I'm
never
thinking,
saw Captain America: First Avenger in theaters. I actually still don't think I've seen First Avenger.
it's
There are certain Marvel movies I've skipped
the
because
weakest of
people
the
were
Captain
like,
America movies.
yeah, like when I talked to people afterwards, like basically I didn't get into Marvel until it was, I think, I think Avengers is where I got into Marvel at.
That's where a lot of people get in. That's where,
because like I saw that and I was like, I didn't expect to like this, but like I fucking love this. So I think I'm on board now. And then I went back and I'd seen Iron Man, and like I liked Iron Man pretty good. But I was like, Iron Man's really the only one I care about. But when I saw the Avengers, I was like, well, even though Iron Man's really the only one I've cared about so far, like that was badass, you know. And then I just skipped a lot of the movies though, and it was mostly the ones that people told me were pretty eh.
Well, okay, the first Captain America movie, it's good cliched fun. And what I mean by that is, it's the same old story of Captain America Steve Rogers becoming Captain America. Thor, the first Thor movie is a decent setup story, but overall fairly boring.
That was one of the ones people told me was pretty eh.
Yeah.
So I skipped Thor and Thor 2. I skipped, let's see, I skipped Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 was, I know this is probably going to rub people the wrong way, but I thought Iron Man 3 was better than Iron Man 2.
Huh. Yeah,
Personal opinion.
I just heard a lot of people say it wasn't very good.
I thought it was good. It's just, my problem is just, nitpicks, big nitpicks. Number one, no AC/DC in an Iron Man movie? Fuck off.
So I was basically trying to explain to Chance, because Chance hasn't seen like any Marvel movies.
Damn.
And he was like, I really, I would watch it, but I take that back. He's seen Guardians. He likes Guardians 1
Okay.
But that's the only one he really like has seen, and he's like, I just don't really want to have to catch up to watch the new ones. And after Infinity War, it's like, dude, like Infinity War was bad fucking ass.
Infinity War was.
I was like, you would love this movie because you love dark shit, and I was like, they did not do this movie like you would expect them to do a superhero movie at all.
No.
And I was like, and you would love it. You would love how dark it fucking is. And so I was explaining to him, I was like, you don't have to watch everything to catch up. If you want, I will make you a list of what I've seen, because you can watch what I've seen and still understand what's happening up to this point.
Well, yeah, and for me,
and skip a lot of the shitty ones.
For me, the big thing was they misled on even in the promotional material with Thanos, because if you go back and you watch the promotional material for Infinity War, you'll see when he's doing the battle on Titan, he only has 2 stones in his gauntlet.
Yeah.
In the promotional material,
They
whereas by
changed it up.
that point he had 4.
Yeah.
And and it made you think, oh, this is going to be the first half of this, and he's going to finish it. But no, you go in and you see he's got all of them, and then he snaps his fingers, and then you're just like, wait, what? And then,
yeah, because they kind of
just in the wind.
They sort of, I guess, did a switch bait to. Make people not 100% expect that's what they were gonna do.
I like when they do that. I like that they give that stuff an opportunity. They don't put it all out. That's like a good trailer mislead that doesn't destroy the film. You see, a misleading trailer for me is Paranormal Activity 3, because there was the trailer in Paranormal Activity 3 made it look like the original trailer for Paranormal Activity 3 had it to where the mother was pulled into the bedroom and the doors were locked by the entity and the house went up in flames.
Which one did you say that was?
Paranormal Activity 3.
Okay. Because I don't really remember much other than the first one and some of the second one, mainly because like I really loved the first one, and then they kind of lost me after the first one, like with the sequels, and I watched I think I watched 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. But I just don't remember much about them because I was just kind of like, the whole time I was just like, not as good.
Well, okay, for me, I thought the first one and the second one were really good. The third one to me was a little bit of a step down, but that's because of I had seen most of the camera tricks at that point.
One thing that also killed it is that all the other movie makers were like, "Oh shit, we got to go back to found footage now." After they made that first one, because of how well it did. True. Well, and so it just got oversaturated real fast.
But I can't fault the filmmakers for that. I can't fault it. No, instead. It's the desperate filmmakers who are looking to make a quick buck. Yeah. Instead of the people who actually want to tell a good story.
That first one was just hard to top for me because I was just like, when I went to see it, I knew it was supposed to be fake, but I was like, holy shit, they did a good job of almost making you forget that you're not watching real found footage.
It had like the actors were believable. Katie and Mike and Micah were both very believable.
And there was some scenes in it that like shit doesn't scare me much, But it looked. I have to look really hard, but like there were a couple situations that like I tried to imagine like if that happened to me, and like it just made all the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Especially like her getting dragged out of the bed and down the hall. That scene was insane.
That was really well done.
Yeah.
You know how they did that, right?
Nah.
They actually took a clear plastic wire and they wrapped it around her leg, and they wrapped it around her ankle and the bottom of her foot, and they pulled her. And they had like two people pulling her, like against her will, like, and they told her, "Hey, try and grab onto anything you can."
Yeah.
And like look up at Mika in the bed and just yell for him.
Her acting for that was legit too.
Oh,
like
Katie
her
Featherston,
screaming whenever like she was like getting yelled down, like dragged down the hall and just yelling his name and shit. It was like that was intense.
Katie Featherston she was really good in that film, and I wanted to see more from her, but she couldn't escape the trap of that. Like everyone's just like, "Oh, you were in Paranormal Activity," and she's like, "Yeah, well, we aren't looking for anything like that." And she's like, "I know, I'm not here trying to do that."
Yeah,
that's how Hollywood works.
That's the shitty thing is like if your first movie like blows the fuck up, like you're gonna have problems getting roles and stuff that's different from that.
Well, you get typecast.
Even if you're really good, like
Well, you get typecast. That's what everyone in Hollywood. That's why I hate Hollywood so much. Is they typecast everybody. It's just like Ava Green. Ava Green didn't want to be a femme fatale. She actually wanted to be an actress in a lot of these things. But every time they cast her in a Hollywood film that's rated R, she's a femme fatale.
I remember reading about how the girl from the first Exorcist, that movie kind of actually ruined her life to an
Linda
extent.
Blair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. She could only do like scary movies and stuff like that because everyone in Hollywood associated her with that.
She was like made fun of in school and shit by people because of it.
Yeah, they called her the Devil's Child. They called her they didn't understand that it was acting.
Yeah.
Because people are cruel. People are cruel whenever you let them see that their cruelty is getting to you, they don't stop.
So I feel like if that movie came out nowadays, it wouldn't be quite as big because there's been so many of them made already.
No, it wouldn't be nowhere near as big.
I still feel like people would not be as mean about it. People would just be like, "Yeah, that was a really good acting job on her part,"
Well, yeah, it's just like what's her name, Chloe Moretz, who played Hit Girl in the movie Kick-Ass. She was, I think, 11, 12 years old when she did that film.
Yeah, and she did badass at that.
Yeah, and then when she went back to school in Georgia, they were all just like, "Hey, Hit Girl, hey, Hit Girl." And she's like, "That's right, I'm Hit Girl. What about it?"
Yeah.
And she owned it.
She
owned it. She didn't let it get to her. You see, that's one thing, pariahs like that, if you let them get to you, and I know it's very hard to...
It's better to be proud of the fact that people recognize you as something like that than it is to let them...
Yeah, if they want to talk shit,
to make you feel bad for it.
It's like if they want to talk shit about you, you just be like, you don't like, okay, so
it's like
where's your millions and millions of dollars from acting in a film? Oh, that's right, you don't have it.
I think if I was Linda Blair and people were like trying to make fun of me for being the Exorcist girl, I'd probably be like, "Yes, I am the Exorcist girl, and Jesus fucking hates you," like shit like that to people.
You know what I'd do? I'd hand them I'd take the crucifix. I'd hand them a crucifix and just be like, "I think you know where that's been."
Just drop it like.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll pick it back up. It's like, "Hey, don't damage my toy." God. So, Avengers Endgame is coming, and it's only 4 months away. That's a scary thought. They've done a good job keeping a lid on the spoilers and also giving stuff away and also giving away fake stuff because
I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool if like everything we see so far just doesn't happen in the movie as well. I'd be kind of fun with it.
That'd be cool too.
Because like I just
a deliberate misdirection.
Yeah, I love fucking like surprises and crazy shit that people do in entertainment media because I mean, obviously like one of my favorite creators of all time is Hideo Kojima, so
freaking Kojima.
I welcome the random shenanigans and shit.
I do too. I welcome it.
It's fucking awesome when people
bring it on, baby. Bring it on. All right. Well, we're gonna end this right now. We got another video to get to, and then we're gonna play some Smash Bros. So we hope that you all have enjoyed what you've seen here. This was Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame, the official trailer. And if you all have any theories or anything like that, leave a comment down below. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a dislike, you know what to do if you didn't like it. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out. And as always, Micah is on hiatus. And be sure to thank Caleb in the comments section. Bye-bye.